Hi friends, it's Liz here. Thanks so much for joining me today. I am so happy to be showing you this project. This fun and easy to make little, I guess, happy mail ephemera holder can be made with 6x6 pieces of paper. You only need 4. And how many of us have a stash of paper, right, that we need to use up? I love this one. I think I picked this one up at Michael's a little while back. It's let me show you the collection that I've used so that this is the collection. And this project, I'll show you what I've made. I'll show you how we will make it. I'll put one together with you. And then I'll also show you some of the goodies that I used with it. So I hope you really enjoy it. The other thing I wanted to mention is I've made this similar project before. I've changed it up a little bit in this video, and that's how it kind of works a little different. But you guys, I have so many one-page wonder projects on my channel, or easy to make, like, you know, quick crafts. I don't remember exactly if I made this exact one. I may have already, not sure. Anyways, I was inspired, of course, by spring colors, and I absolutely love how this is. Now, I kept it flat as I could, because I'm thinking if this is put in an envelope, it can be easily loaded with ephemera, but if you keep it flat enough, it's not going to cost so much to send out. And if you notice some marking on my hand, I've been getting some blood work done, and I had an IV put in recently. I'm getting my heart tested, so more on that later, but for now, we'll just focus on the video. I did use for the cover this gorgeous kind of gold foil piece from this collection, the K & Company Antique Garden, in case anyone is wondering. And like I said, the majority of, actually most of this project is using that Bloomsbury paper collection. And I think this little piece in the back here, I did use this. I think it's from not Maggie Holmes, Paige Evans collection. Okay, but if you have questions about anything that you see, let me know, and I will try and, you know, give you details where I found it. So these cute little pieces of ephemera came from the actual collection itself. So this is the one that I'm working with, as I mentioned. I have a couple of these paper pads that I've been using up to make these projects, and of course, I thought I would share this one. So now this flips open this way, and we have a little pocket there, or a tuck spot. This is just some ephemera that goes with it. We've got another pocket on the side here, and the polka dot paper that I used is from the Making and Creating with Digital Collage Club. It's one of my favorite collections with the vintage style polka dots. They have them in they come in different colors in that collection, and I absolutely love it. So that's how I backed the paper. This is, of course, single-sided paper, but you know, if you want to cover up the white parts, you can. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do here, but this is another tuck spot, as you can see there, and it's nice, and a nice large one there. And then this folds over. We have a belly band with another piece of ephemera, and then we have another pocket on the side where you can add a lot more. On this side, I could have added another pocket if I wanted to, but I used one of the designs that normally I wouldn't use for something else. I added a doily to it, and the back itself as well has a pocket. So you can see how fun this is to put together, because it has so many areas that you can kind of open up and tuck things in. And I think it's just such a fun and cute project to share in the mail. Or, you know, you could always add this to a journal if you wanted to. If you glue it down, you wouldn't need the back pocket if you were doing that. But I think I like the way this has turned out. So we will make one together, as I said. And as always, if you have any questions, please leave them below. And check out my playlist for my many, many projects that I have tutorials for. I'll show you a lot of different projects where I use one sheet of 12 by 12 paper to make something really quick, or, you know, we can use up our smaller paper pads to make something interactive and fun to share in the mail. As always, you guys, if you leave a like in the video, then YouTube will show you my videos. Otherwise, if you're not subscribed, you're probably not going to see my videos at all, because that's what happens. And of course, if you leave a comment, thank you so, so much. And I hope to be back very soon showing you some more fun things that I am making. I hope you like this one, and let me show you how to put one together. Before I forget, I will also link in the video description the original one that this one was inspired by. As I said, I made this, I think, what did I write down here? I made one similar in 2022, but I've changed how you glue it together a little bit differently, and that's what makes this little flappy part and that kind of stuff. All right, so anyways, I'll link it below if you want to see it, and if not, we'll make this one together now. Okay, so we're going to take our 6x6 pieces. We have 4 of them. 2 of those pieces you're going to score at 4 inches. Okay, and then the other 2 pieces you're going to cut down to 5.5. It's still at 6, so you're going to cut it to 5.5. You're going to cut 2 of them to 5.5, and then you're going to score both of them at 3 on the 5.5 mark. Okay, so hopefully that's clear. So then we have 2 pieces that are 5.5 by 6, scored at 3 on the 5.5 side, and 2 pieces that are 6 by 6, and you score them at 4. Okay, now to assemble, I am going to take one of the 6 by 6, and I'm going to bring one of the 5.5 by 6. So I'm flipping it on the inside here. Okay, I'm going to be folding it over. So essentially it looks like I'm making a little envelope, and then I'm flipping it on its side, and I'm going to glue 3 sides here. All right, and if you have to go back and kind of rewind to see what I've done. So basically I've just brought one of the longer pieces of paper with the shortest piece of paper together, and I'm essentially gluing them on the back, as you can see here. Okay, I'll do the same thing to the other 2 pieces. Okay, so basically we're left with this. All right, and then we'll grab the other 2 and do the same. All right, so again, I'm taking my 6 by 6, grabbing my 5.5 by 6, and I'll be doing the exact same thing that we just did. Okay, flipping this over, and then I'll be gluing 3 sides again. Oh my gosh, you guys, I've tried to film this a couple times and the lighting is a little off today, and I'm still not feeling 100%, so I hope that I am making sense. And I didn't really cut my pieces evenly when I was doing my 6 by 6, so that's okay. All right, so we're now left with 2 pieces that look like kind of like an envelope on one side, and then when you flip them over, they have their little, oop, I have to let that dry. They have these kind of side little tucks. Okay, so let's just hold them down for a second to glue down. All right, so we have our 2 pieces. I want this to be sort of my cover. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this piece that we have here, and I'm going to cut off, let me show you here. I'm just going to cut off about, I'm going to leave about a quarter inch. Okay, so I'm cutting off, I'll show you in a second. Okay, I've cut off about 1 and just a little past 1.5. All right, so that's what I've done there. So I cut this piece off of the one section, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add glue to what's left, this little piece that's left over. And I'm going to attach it to what essentially is going to be what I call my front cover. All right, so I've just basically brought those two together. Okay, so you see this there, and then we flip that. Okay, hopefully you can follow. So I've just basically glued one piece to the other. I cut off this piece, which we will use in a minute. And in order for this to become the tuck spot that I want, okay, I'm just going to now glue two sides. And so when I show you, before I totally glue this down so you know what I'm doing here, this is what we're doing, okay? We're basically putting this section, gluing that down, and now we've got our little front cover, okay? And then when we flip it, we have our tuck spot here. We have this section that opens up, and then we have our pocket in the back. I hope this made sense. It's just a matter of how, it's really the most difficult part is gluing this together so that you have your flip outs. And now this little piece here, okay, this section here could become a belly band, which I did on the last one, and I think I'm just going to do that now so that you can see how we use that up. And then I'm just going to make sure that these pieces are even. Oh my gosh, I just double checked that I was recording this. And because I didn't cut my 6x6 pieces quite evenly, there's still a little bit left over on the edges, but that's okay. Again, this was my little sample, okay? And so now we've got our little flippy floppy thingy that can hold our ephemera pieces. As I said, the most difficult part was actually putting this together, or the gluing portion, because once you make your score lines, then it all makes sense, I hope. All right, my friends, I hope you like this video. Check out the other one that I mentioned I did like in 2022, so you can see the difference in how I attached these together. And yeah, questions, comments, leave them below. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Thanks so much for stopping by.